The door splinters before you even reach the deadbolt. A shadow fills the hallway, and your hands are empty. No gun, no knife, no baseball bat leaning in the corner. Just your body, your brain, and a room full of objects that are about to become your equalizers. Most people freeze and beg. You will move, not to fight fair, to survive. The Unarmed Home Invasion is not a martial arts film. It's a physics problem. Your goal is not to disarm an attacker like a Hollywood hero. Your goal is to break their visual field, weaponize the furniture, and escape through the gap you create in the first 3 seconds. Subscribe so you never miss this. Stay for Move 4. The one that costs $0, requires zero strength, and works when you are cornered in a room with no windows and no weapons. The systemic lie is that a weapon is the only answer. The prepper industry sells firearms and tactical pens, and they matter. But the majority of home invasions happen when you are at your most vulnerable. Asleep, showering, cooking dinner. You are not wearing a holster. You are wearing pajamas. The weapon is in a drawer. The invader is already inside your perimeter. The 4 moves you need don't come from a gun store. They come from military close-quarters combat, prison survival tactics, and the raw physics of human perception. Move 1. The immediate visual disruption. An attacker's brain processes visual information in milliseconds. They burst in, scan the room, identify the target, and vector in. Your first move is to destroy that visual picture. Grab anything on the nearest surface, a lamp, a coffee mug, a pillow, a handful of flour from the kitchen counter, and hurl it directly at their face. Not to hurt them, to force a blink reflex. Every human blinks involuntarily when an object flies toward their eyes. That blink is a quarter-second window. In that window, you are already moving sideways, never backward. Backward is a straight line for them to chase. You move laterally, behind furniture, breaking their line of sight. Most people lock eyes with the intruder and scream. You throw, blind, and vanish. Move 2, the door seal and the fatal funnel. The intruder is coming through the doorway. That doorway is a bottleneck. Every military breaching team fears the fatal funnel. It's the narrow space where the defender can channel all force into a single point. If you cannot escape, you jam the doorway with your body and a barrier. Flip a heavy chair into the opening. Topple a bookshelf. If it's a bedroom door, you wedge it shut with a dresser and then lean your entire body weight against it at an angle. Arms braced, head down. The invader is pushing against not just your weight, but the friction of the furniture and the frame. While they strain, you scream. Not for help. Screaming triggers the mammalian startle reflex in the attacker. It buys you seconds, and in a home invasion, seconds are exits. Most people try to hold a doorknob with sweaty hands. You will brace the entire door with a wedged object and your own skeleton. Move 3. The improvised weapon hierarchy. You are cornered. The barrier is failing. Your eyes scan the room, and you have seconds to arm yourself. The hierarchy is simple. Rigid objects over flexible ones. Sharp edges over blunt tips, long reach over short punches. A heavy ceramic lamp base becomes a club. A metal curtain rod becomes a thrusting spear. A hardcover book, held tight along the spine, swung into the temple or the throat, is a concussive weapon. A chair, held by the legs and driven forward like a lion tamer's stool, becomes a 4-pointed shield and ram. If you have nothing else, remove a sock, drop a heavy glass or a can of beans inside, swing it in a tight arc. This is an improvised sap. It cracks bone. Most people grab the nearest soft item, a pillow, a towel, a coat, and flail uselessly. You will scan the room for length, weight, and a striking edge. The weapon is already in the room. It's just waiting for you to recognize it. Move 4. The escape flow, not the fight. The goal is not to win a brawl. The goal is to exit the structure and run toward other living humans. The moment you create a gap, when the intruder stumbles over the chair you threw, when the thrown coffee mug makes them turn their head, you move toward the nearest exit with your family, low and fast. If you can't reach a door, a window is an exit. You will break a double-paned window with a chair or a heavy object without hesitation. You will throw a blanket over the broken glass to clear the sill and pull yourself through. Cuts heal. The alternative doesn't. Most people cower in a corner, hoping the intruder gets bored. They don't. You will pre-plan escape routes from every room in your house. In the dark, in silence, you will rehearse the path from your bed to the exit without taking a single step. You will know which windows have furniture underneath them and which doors swing inward. The escape flow is your final move, not a fight, a vanishing. Here is the reality. The tactical industry will never print. A home invasion is not a gunfight. It's an ambush inside your own sanctuary. The weapon in the safe is a fantasy if you can't reach it. But the lamp, the chair, the bookshelf, the broken window, these are always within arm's reach. The blink reflex is universal. The fatal funnel is geometry. The improvised weapon is physics. The escape flow is a survival drive that must be rehearsed until it overrides the freeze. Unarmed does not mean helpless. It means you are fighting with a brain that has already mapped every exit, every object, and every blind spot in the room before the first footstep hit the hallway. Now drop a comment and tell me this. From where you are sitting right now, what is the first throwable object you would grab if the door crashed open? A mug, a lamp, a book? Write it in the comments, and if you don't know, you just learned the first thing to fix. And in the next video, we are moving from the inside to the perimeter. How to rig 3 early warning traps around your property, using fishing line and empty cans that give you 60 extra seconds when someone crosses the tree line. I'll see you there.